All right, all of you freedom-loving boys and girls, welcome back, Centerline Systems. Hey, I've got a bunch of videos to make here at the start of the year. By the way, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, 2025. Now we're in 2026. I have a bunch of different videos to kind of make, so just bear with me here these first few days of the year, first week or two. I'll have more information coming out, but right now, I want to shoot a video on our SRDP because I only have 2 of the new version 2. That's what we're going to talk about very briefly here. And then I got to run them over to our great photographer, Alex Messenger, so I can get some photos and get them on the website. So if you're interested in the SRDP, I'll pin this video on the website. I'll have more photos. I've even got a handful of my photos I might just put up there. But if you see the old photos, you know the deal. I call every customer anyway. So if I see that order, I'll call you and talk through these changes. And by the way, I'll share some pictures because there was 2 guys at the end of last year who ordered SRDPs just as we were making this change. So I talked them through it. They wanted to go with it and they shared some pictures. So I'll share them with you guys as well over on Instagram and Twitter, or X, excuse me. So I'm starting on X. I guess I'm just going to start this year off. I still don't like Instagram. Instagram don't like me, and Google, ScrewTube don't like me either. So, but anyway, so that'll be another video. So here we go. So here is the original SRDP. And I'm also working on the lighting back here. You can see we're in not a new studio, it's just a new part of the building. This is our backup sewing. And then over there is where I cut all the webbing. And then over there is where webbing and everything's stored. And then on the other end of the building is where I cut all the cadur and all that. And this is one of our sewing areas. But it's probably a little dark. I'm going to have to work on the lighting a little bit. So, but we're testing things out. So we'll see. So here's the original SRDP. So, and I'm just showing this off. See, and I'm also going to try to get this set up with a different adapter so I can, from right here, zoom in and zoom out. So stay tuned. We got all kinds of tricks, little TTPs coming up. But this is the original. It's 22 inches tall. That's how we made it. So the way to remember, I used to remember, is 1022, right? A Ruger 1022, 1022. I'm not going to do a loadout video, explain the lid again, go see our previous videos. And I'll end up having to do a loadout video. But like I said, I really just want to show the new design. And then I can get these over to Alex so we can get some pictures up on the website. So here's the new design. Now, this is mine over there, someplace where I should look. Yeah, right there. That's my takedown bow I got last year, thinking I could get back into it. And I just wasn't quite there on the recovery. I shot it a bunch of times, was getting used to how it works. It's a survival takedown bow from Survival Archery Systems, and that's the Atmos. And I'll be posting more of that stuff. And you can see previous pictures and videos from last year. I showed it off. But so I made one for, so I made one of the new versions for me. Now, this is a Nemesis. Clint made this camouflage pattern. You've seen Clint before on our live streams from last year. Okay, I'm going to see that's going to be an issue. I might need to move the speaker over to this side. Trying to figure out all the kinks. But anyway, here's the one I made for me. And here's some of the design changes I'm going to go through. It's taller now, and I'll share those pictures. So I liked it at 22, but there's so many takedowns, whether it's bows or other types of platforms, or if you're running a platform and you don't want to take the can off and you want to leave the suppressor on your platform. So we made it a little bit taller, and insert whatever joke you want to do here about just a couple more inches, but it does make a huge difference. Like I said, I'll share pictures over on Instagram and X from that these guys have shared with me, but it's taller now. And in case you don't believe me, there you see. It's actually it's about 2, not quite 3 inches taller. But yeah, it makes a difference for some of you guys in the platforms that you're using. And because we made it taller, the only other real major difference is that it's taller. The functionality is the same, but because it's taller, we were able to throw in this vinyl panel here where you could put, loom tape, something high vis if you wanted to, or it could be your hunting license or a backup map of the area you're hunting. And that's going to be an optional, whether you want it or don't want it, you'll be able to add on to it. And then you can see, all the MOLLE on the front, so I have this set up So that Atmos is a teardown or a takedown. I have it all in here. So here I still got my little arrow case in there for all my extra arrows and stuff. I got to empty this before I take it to Alex. But what I really liked and what I really started doing here is, just being able to add the pouches up on the front, because I can have all of my tools and accessories in one pouch, and then my rangefinder, my finger guard, my wrist guard, all that I can put in the other side. So I really like it. Just by adding just a little bit more, my old one would work for the Atmos, but this works better. The old one worked for the Ruger 1022, but I'll share some pictures, like I said, of guys who were running cans, suppressors on their 1022s and didn't want to take it off. And you'll see how it fits. And, just like me, a couple of guys were running, higher elevated optics on it. And there's still more than enough on the left to right to manage it. And then this will be the option. And also that will be an option. Now, we're not going to binding tape these, but if I'm going to make this vinyl panel, I'm also going to then have it available where you can get these, and I don't know what we're going to sell them for yet. I have to order the material and cut it and X, Y, and Z, but big pieces of loom tape, you can write on this, see some of our pictures. I could write on that and have that in there and that would show up. Or you just have it for high vis so you can find it if it's, on the ground or whatever. You could put VS17 panel in here, map sheets, your hunting license, you do you. And then still comes with the shoulder strap. And then the the MOLLE on the back. I forgot about that. But you can see it's got 4 connection points, 2 on each side, top and bottom. So that gives you the ability to carry it in a couple different configurations over the shoulder, scout. You can still MOLLE it to a rucksack or another vehicle or another object. And then here's another one, because the Ranger Green and Coyote Brown always comes out really clean in the photos. But so this is a Ranger Coyote, same thing, new version. You can see the big loom tape right there in that vinyl panel that we're adding in there. You can see all the MOLLE, again, the 4 connection points, for the shoulder strap. And stay tuned, because we're working on something else that's really going to be nice. Hint, somebody's like, well, what are you talking about? What a jerk move to say, to throw it in there. Hey, we're going to do something that's going to be really cool that goes with this and so many others, and then not tell us what it is. Yep, it's going to be that kind of year. So stay tuned. We got more things coming out. That's our SRDP video. I was trying to see 7 minutes. It's hard to keep these videos short, but that's it. That's our new SRDP version 2. I got some other videos that will be pushing out soon. I'm not sure if I'll put this out or the other ones first. Again, no, excuse me. My intent is I just got to get these down to Alex so he has some time to get photographs so I can get them on the website. And that's it. 2026 is here. Yeah. All right. I'll save my comments for later. As always, if you have questions, comments, reach out anytime. I'll do the best I can to help you out. SRDP version 2 on the website right now. I'm working on getting the photos, but if you do order one, if you got questions, just give me a holler. I'll do the best I can to help you out. Until then, and as always, keep thinking, keep moving, never quit. All right, everybody, be good. Woo!